Hey, how's it going everyone, and welcome back. So this week, it is King's Fall's turn to be the weekly featured raid. Now, there is no new challenge for this, it's the same challenges that we've always had for King's Fall ever since the challenge mode was first introduced. So the challenge for War Priest is that a different person each time must hold the aura. For Golgoroth, each person must hold the gaze before it runs out, and for Oryx, all of the bombs must be detonated at the same time. So nothing new there, all the same challenges, all the same mechanics. Anyway, here is a look at the loot starting with my Titan. Firstly, from the War Priest, I got the Smite of MERAIN, the ADEPT version, as well as the gauntlets, the HARROWED War NUMEN'S Fist. Then from Golgoroth, I got the Fusion Rifle, HARROWED Midas Reckoning, and also the hand cannon Zali's Bane, although that went to my Postmaster. I also got a couple of Ghost Shells, but they were pretty worthless. Then from Oryx I got both the regular and ADEPT versions of the Anguish of DRYSTAN, as well as the helmet, the HARROWED War NUMEN'S Crown, and the class item Mark of the Old Challenge. Moving on to my Hunter, from the War Priest I got the ADEPT version of the Doom of Kelkis, as well as the shotgun HARROWED Silence of Aarn. Then from Golgoroth I got the regular version of the hand cannon Zali's Bane, as well as another ADEPT version of the Anguish of DRYSTAN. Then lastly for Oryx I got another ADEPT version of the Zali's Bane, as well as the helmet and the cloak. So all in all, I actually pulled some really good loot from that. I'm really happy because I mainly wanted the helmets, and I got both the helmet for the Titan and Hunter, as well as the cape for the Hunter, which has like this horn on top, which I'll show you in a minute. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to do a third run because half of our team had to leave and go do stuff. But here is still a look at the Warlock armor that you can get. This is what it looks like with the ornament, and it looks pretty crazy actually. This is the helmet, the Harrowed Mouth of Ur, and the ornament adds like these two massive spikes to the head. I actually really like that. And here is also a look at the Bond with the ornament. This looks really cool as well. This is probably one of my favourite looking Bonds. It's got these floating rocks and bits of hive pieces with a taken effect around it. Really cool stuff. So as you just saw, on those two characters alone, I was able to actually acquire all 4 of the exotic raid primaries because there's 3 raid challenges in King's Fall as opposed to the regular 2. So I managed to get the scout rifle, which does void damage, the auto rifle, which does arc damage, the hand cannon, which does void damage, and the pulse rifle, which does solar damage. Even managed to get a couple of duplicates, as well as the regular versions. Now with the King's Fall weapons, the last perk on the primary weapons can actually be random, so sometimes you might not always get the same perk. Sometimes you might have Firefly or Crowd Control or Surrounded or something like that, whereas the exotic versions are all fixed perks. So on the Scout Rifle you have full auto, on the auto rifle you have Crowd Control, on the hand cannon you have Life Leech, and on the Smite of MERAIN you have Firefly. So that's just one little detail that you might want to take note of, just in case any of you watching this video are new around here and maybe haven't played King's Fall before. Then the other weapons I got here are the shotgun and the fusion rifle. As for the armor that I got on my Titan, here is a look at the helmet. This one looks pretty weird, I'm not gonna lie, but I do kind of like it. It reminds me of one of the kaiju from Pacific Rim, just the way it looks. It looks so weird, but I do kind of like it. The ornament adds these cracks all around the armor, and I like the fact that it actually completely changes the shape of the helmet as well. The rest of the ornaments for the gear adds these cracks to the armor and bulks it out a little bit. It's not a massive difference, it's not super noticeable from a distance, but it is quite cool when you look at it up close. And here is the class item. This is probably the most lackluster of this set because all it does is add some cracks to the belt, and it's really not noticeable at all. It doesn't actually change the class item, just the belt. Finally, here's a look at the Hunter gear that I got. I only managed to get the helmet and the class item, but these were actually the 2 main items that I wanted for the Hunter gear because I think the Hunter got the best gear out of the King's Fall set. So I'm really pleased with this. This looks so cool. The cape adds this massive horn to it. The horn isn't a part of the helmet, which is why I wanted the cape with it. But I think this helmet just looks so cool. It's so sick. So that is all for my King's Fall loot. I'm really happy with what I got. I got the helmets, I got everything I wanted, the exotic primaries. I'm not really too fussed about any of the special or heavy weapons, just mainly the primaries. So I can't complain at all with that. Let me know in the comments if you've done the challenge mode yet and gotten any of this loot. Let me know what you got, and let me know which armor set you like the most. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Positive ratings are greatly appreciated, and I'll talk to you next time.